Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, welcome. I look terrible because I am still sick. I've been throwing up all day yesterday and all day today, so I'm probably not gonna spend a long time editing this. So if this video is subpar, I apologize. So today I'm going to be answering some questions I've been avoiding. I asked you guys on Instagram if there's anything in particular you want me to talk about. So I guess I'll just get into it. And the first thing I want to kind of address was one of my videos a few days ago, or I guess a few weeks ago, where I talk about the fact that I might be pregnant. I made the video super fast. I just kind of went straight to the point and then uploaded it because I know everybody wanted an update. And in the video I said, I talked to Drake about having more children, and he said he'd be more down for it if I had, around 1 million subscribers. A lot of people took this the wrong way, which I mean, I get it. I didn't really go into detail. I kind of just said it and left it at that. But basically what he meant by that is not if I hit 1 million subscribers. You can still have 1 million subscribers and not really make any revenue or benefits from it. Like, there's YouTubers with millions and millions of subscribers and their channels are dying. But his point really was, if I were to make more money, he would be more open to having more children, which confused a lot of people. They're like, you shouldn't just have babies for clout or for content or to make money. And obviously I would never do that. If I wanted to have babies just for clout, I wouldn't have put my first baby up for adoption. But obviously any kind of money or financial situation is going to help your children and your family. And yeah, I get my job's a little different, but everybody likes promotions. Everybody likes being benefited for their work. And that's basically what he meant. Now, with that being said, I am going to be getting my degree soon. And then a lot of people got mad because I said I'm not using birth control, but we are using the pull-out method. And they try to tell me like, hey, the pull-out method is not a way to prevent pregnancy. Well, yeah, I know that. Like, if anybody knows that, it's me. Obviously, we know the pull-out method can mean that we get pregnant anytime, which we're not purposely trying to get pregnant. If it happens, it happens. Obviously, without using birth control or a form of birth control, our risks are a lot higher, and eventually, I will get pregnant. And a lot of people get confused by that. They say, then if you don't want a child now, why aren't you on birth control? Why aren't you using condoms? Why aren't you doing that stuff? And really, that's none of anybody's business. And I know that confuses a lot of people. A lot of people don't understand that. But here's the thing. Drake and I are a married couple. We do things that's based on what we want and how we want to do things. And people don't have to agree with that. They don't have to understand that. That's just us. And that's just how we do things as a married couple. And if I get pregnant, I get pregnant. If things happen, it happens. There's really no other way to explain that or go into detail about that. Another thing I've been avoiding is a lot of things with my son I put up for adoption. Now, there's a big reason why I don't talk about this on my YouTube channel as much. And when I do talk about it, I try to be very careful about my words, including right now. There's a lot of things I want to say, but I'm not going to. And it's not because I don't want to, it's because there has been a lot of issues between me and the adoption and a lot of stuff I wish I could discuss, but I'm not going to at this point in my life. But there has been issues, and to be honest, I wish I could just make a video talking all about it. And technically I could, but like I said, there's a lot you guys don't know, and at the moment I'm choosing not to make a video all about it, and it's something I've been struggling with a lot. And I never said this before, but in my video where I talk about having some postpartum and depression, a lot of that was triggered by the issues going on with the adoption. Having an adoption isn't easy, and I know there will always be small issues or big issues throughout my life and his life. And that's something I have to deal with. But that is a thing that's going on in my life, and even though I can't go into detail right now, it is a conflict in my life. As far as regretting the adoption, once again, I'm not going to go into full detail about this, but what I will say is there are things that I regret about the adoption process. And with that being said, don't try and make assumptions or, you know, come up with whatever you think my issues or regrets are, because chances are you're not going to get it right. However, I do have a video that I made, and it's like a message to birth moms or people who are adopting or thinking about putting their children up for adoption. And it's basically me just giving advice to anyone who is considering that or has done that, because there's a lot of things I wish I would have known before choosing adoption that I now have to deal with later on. Okay, I'm reading some of the things you guys asked me on Instagram. I'm feeling so sick, like my stomach hurts so bad. I would say that I'm probably pregnant, but I don't want to say that because last time I said that, a lot of people got mad. So we're just gonna keep that low key. Oh, this is an interesting one. Someone said Anna Campbell, ? So back a few years ago, before I took a year-long break from YouTube, I kind of had like some issues going on with myself and some other YouTubers, and I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of how I handled things. It definitely was blown out of proportion, a lot of it my fault. And I'll put a video where I kind of talked about why I took a break from YouTube and why I did the things I did at that point in my life, because I think if you watch that, it'll make a lot of sense. I'll put that video in the description because I don't think a lot of people watched it. But basically I wasn't a very good friend to two YouTubers that I knew. One of them being Anna Campbell and the other one being Natalia Taylor. I hope they don't get upset that I'm talking about this, because I know we've all kind of put it behind us. But I'm actually friends with both of them now, you know. People do make mistakes. I'm not trying to say the things I did were okay, because they're not. But I think if people are genuinely willing to learn from their mistakes and grow from them, then you know, you can be forgiven. Natalia actually has a very successful YouTube channel, and she came out with music recently. But I never really said this before because, I don't know, I don't really want to put it online because, I don't know, it was just more personal between me and Natalia. But Natalia actually was a big reason why I made the changes I did. She helped me a lot on my self-discovery. And while I was on a YouTube break, you know, I would talk to her, she would talk to me, we would help encourage changes and growing as a better person. And honestly, if it weren't for our friendship and our relationship during that time, I don't know if I would be where I'm at today. Yeah, you guys should definitely check out her channel. She's a really great friend and a great person. And Anna Campbell is living her life. She's happy. We've recently been talking a little bit every now and then on Instagram or whatever, but they're both doing wonderfully, and I'm happy for them, and I'm glad we were all able to move on, and I was able to learn from my mistakes and be a better friend. Someone said, do you think you'll continue YouTube for a few more years? So recently I kind of opened up about, on my social media, about how I make money from YouTube and how I don't generate a lot of income as I used to, and I got a lot of mixed responses. A lot of people felt I was just making videos for money, or I just cared about clout and views and revenue. But I get it. I get how people could see that. But after praying and talking about it with myself and my husband, I've decided not to focus on that part of my YouTube, and just remember that this is my hobby to help others and to use as a coping mechanism. I won't really be discussing that anymore. Even though I was just discussing how I feel, I don't want anyone to ever feel pressured to watch my videos or to support me because just because I say my feelings about it. I want people to watch me because they genuinely like my content and like what I do. I don't want anyone to ever feel pressured to subscribe or watch or view or anything like that. Someone said, are you insecure about anything when filming or posting on YouTube? All the time. And that's because I get so much judgment, and a lot of people assume things that aren't true. A lot of people support my videos as well. And second, I mess up my words a lot, and I, like right now, I hardly ever look at the camera lens. I'm always like looking away, because like when I talk, I'm always focused on something else. It doesn't really feel natural to look at a camera lens. And I always say I'm going to do better, but then I find myself not looking at the camera lens, or I find myself messing up my words. Oh, I feel so sick and stuff like that. So I'm definitely like insecure before I post a video, but I just remember that I'm only human and I do my best, and I think that's all that matters. Okay, I'm starting to feel really sick again, so I'm going to get off of here. I hope I answered your guys' questions or anything you've been wondering as best as I could. I'm sorry, I couldn't really go into detail on a lot of it. And I'm sorry, I'm not in the best mood, or if this video seems a little different than others. I feel so sick, like my stomach hurts so bad and I feel so nauseous, and I'm probably going to throw up after this video. But yeah. Turn on my post notifications, click the bell, subscribe, and go follow my other socials. Okay, bye.